It's the HipHopGamer Show. What it is, HipHopGamer Show.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mamacita with Classic Gamer Gals, and I want to welcome you to a special afternoon open mic interview with HipHopGamer, video game journalist, hip hop artist, and host of the HipHopGamer Show on New York City's radio Hot 97.
Yeah,
Welcome.
yeah, baby. Was good. I'm having a great time. Been doing a lot of things. I actually have some interesting stuff going on tonight. I want to give a big shout out to my movie partners over at Allied. We have the Divergent Allegiant movie premiere tonight. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I did my UFC 2 live review last night. That's been dope. Been playing some of the Division. I just ended Far Cry Primal. So I've been gaming, doing movie stuff, traveling, just blessed, just having a great time. So I'm doing good, doing
Well,
good.
Well, wonderful. You actually just answered my next question for any viewers who may not be familiar with who you are and what you do. If you could kind of just give us a little insight into that. So if you want to kind of expand on that a little bit, please feel
Okay.
free.
Cool. So, well, I'm a video game journalist. Been playing video games since I was 4 years old. My grandma's taught me, you know what I'm saying? So rest in peace to my grandma, but she taught me how to play games. The first system I had that I remember was Atari 2600. My first game I ever played was Pac-Man. I still got all those old games as well. And but Super Mario Brothers, that was the game that made me like realize that I was gonna be a gamer for life. Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, all of that, like that was my joint.
Mhm.
So that's how the being a gamer started, ever since I was four. When I was 14, I always loved hip hop, but when I was 14, that's when I was like, yo, I gotta do this. I wanted to be like everybody that I saw, like rapping, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
Biggie,
Okay.
Jay, Pop, so I was like, yo, I gotta do this. Just the outlet and the
Yeah.
creativity was just amazing to me. So that's where the whole hip hop era of my life, came from. And then now, 2016, been to E3, done all these interviews, celebrity stuff, got my own show on Hot 97. I mean, I could not have even imagined that I'll even be, talking to you right now on a podcast. Like, this is crazy. So yeah, that's just a little bit, about me for those that didn't know.
Okay. Well, let me thank you for your willingness to come aboard my open mic podcast. You are officially my second interviewee to date.
Oh, for real? Yo,
Yes.
congratulations on, like getting this started, and I'm happy to be your second interview. Word
Well,
up.
you're very welcome. Well, let's jump right in, shall we?
Oh, hell yeah, let's get it.
All right. Well, unfortunately, too many African American males are experiencing setbacks within their respective communities due to
Hmm.
circumstances they either create for themselves or circumstances that are created for them.
Mm,
However, you, Mr. Hip Hop Gamer, living amongst a challenging environment, and I'll just call it like it is, the hood,
yeah.
you have managed to flourish and blossom into one of video gaming's most compelling journalists. And you did so with a very energetic, although sometimes controversial, non conventional style. And as you will call it, real or straight up talk that has rattled the video gaming journalism status quo.
Uh,
How did you manage to pull this off?
well, the first thing I'm gonna tell you a story. Like when I first I was watching G4 Tech TV, right? And I'm a big fan of Adam Sessler, Morgan Webb, and all of them and stuff like that. And there was this episode, like this Christmas holiday episode that they did, like a Game of the Year episode, and it just felt so staged. It felt so scripted. Like I followed them so much that I could tell when it's real or not. Like it's just this feeling you get a passion, and it felt so empty. Like, you know what I'm saying? I felt like it was almost as if they was lying about some of the stuff. I was like, yo, what are y'all doing? So it just compelled me to want to make a video, like just talking about like just the industry and how I viewed it. And when I made before I made the video, I was asking myself, because I know I never saw no black journalists on TV talking, and I know the stereotype in gaming was, you some white kid from the suburbs, and that's the face of a gamer, like, you know what I'm saying. So I ain't white, like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, Yo,
Okay.
at first I had this approach of fitting in, and then I was like practicing in the mirror on my first video, how I was gonna be, what I was gonna say, how I was gonna do it, and then like God just touched me, like literally, like God was like, look, you a gamer, like you don't like this is who you are. You don't
Mhm.
gotta try to fit. Like it was like I was getting all these messages, all these signs, and I decided not to try to fit in, but recreate the entire industry through my viewership and my passion, and just give the industry something that's been missing and been gone for a long time. And I also wanted to bring back the morals of the industry as well, because I feel like anything that gets real big and money's involved, the moment you put a price on your morals, everything that made the the culture special isn't special anymore. It's the same thing that happened in hip hop. Any and everybody is trying to rap now, and they making it. And so, what's so special about the art form if everybody's doing? Not everybody could do it. That's what made it special. So I feel like,
Mhm.
in gaming, it got so big that it's bigger than movies and music that you could put anybody, as a face, and now they know gaming, and that's just not true. So I just took a completely different approach, and I decided to go against everybody. I decided to call out everybody. I feel that
Mhm.
you got people that's great, but I feel that a lot of people are put in positions, not really earned positions, and I just didn't like it. So I just decided to challenge everything that everybody thought was right,
Okay.
because I wanted to give the truth. So once I decided to do that and I started putting that out, everybody paid attention. But they paid attention. Some people paid attention with hate. Some people paid attention in a way where they was like, yes, somebody finally is saying the shit that I've been wanting to say for the longest. Like, so you get the love, you get the hate. At the end of the day, as long as it's real, I know I'm doing what's right.
What is it about being real or down for your homies, as you might say, that
Mhm.
resonates with so many people?
Well, well, put it like this. I think it comes to a point in time where money can't buy everything. And I feel that when a person gets to a certain level and they realize that money isn't as important, then they start to look at what's real. And when you look at what's real, like for example, I want to give a shout out to my man Joey Fats. He was recently on Sway's show, Sway in the Morning. And this guy, he was homeless, and now, he's making money doing his thing. But when he was homeless, right, he used to eat McDonald's a lot because that's all he could really, afford or get a hold of, because, he was sleeping in his car. So he was eating McDonald's like every day, and he started feeling sick. And then he went to the hospital, and it was saying that, there was something wrong. Like there was really something wrong with his body. He had to change the way he eat. He couldn't eat McDonald's all the time. Like it was really damaging to him. And he said that during that whole process, like he enjoyed the air. Like he was like smelling
Mhm.
nature. Like he was like just appreciating things that he never even cared about, because society makes you feel like you need to care about everything that honestly doesn't matter. It's nice
Mhm.
to have cool things and cool cars. Ain't nothing wrong with having it,
Yeah.
but you lose sight of what's important when you have it if you never been through a real experience. So I always enforce being real. I always enforce passion, because if the moment you forget that, everything that you do becomes a job, and you don't want to live the job life for the rest of your life. You want to live life for the rest of your life. So when I play my games and do my reports and make music, it's me living life. It's not me doing a job for a website. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. So that's why I enforce that, and I encourage everybody else to enforce that, and don't have a fear. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't have any
Mhm.
fear to do what's right, and don't have any fear to do what's real. Because people always gonna tell you what you should and shouldn't do, but they're not living your life. You see what I'm saying? They don't come from where you come from. So how can they tell you anything about the shoes you walking in? You know what I'm saying? So that's just the way I treat it.
Okay. And at what period of time, or was there a particular event in your life when the light went off and you knew this is what I'm destined to do in life?
Well, playing video games with my grandma. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember playing Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusions on Sega Genesis. You know what I'm saying? Her favorite game was Tomb Raider, so we always played Tomb Raider together. We played Street Fighter together. Her favorite character was Bullrock. You know what I'm saying? Like, just my whole reaction and the time that I dedicated to gaming growing up, it was never gonna leave. Like you know what I'm saying? This is something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life. And then once YouTube came along and just technology and all these opportunities, it made it that much more of a real thing that hey, maybe I can actually make a living out of this by educating people and telling them about games. And also, my son's mom, her father's a preacher, and he was telling me that my gaming I could use as a form of ministry because I didn't even look at it like that, but I was doing that all along. I was utilizing gaming to bring people together to unite because back in the day, our form of social media was going to the arcades, meeting people, popping in your quarter, playing games with people, making friends, and I remember that. And all the ignorance that you see today, it's like it didn't exist the moment you found some sort of common ground with another person. It was just it didn't matter who they were, what color or whatever. You just wanted to be around them, have fun with them, and share ideas and share fun. And that's what I'm trying to do today in this day and age, and remind people what's important. So I think that was like the event. It stems from my grandmother going to understanding how I could utilize this as unity and reminding people why we love gaming so much. Yeah.
Okay.